Welcome to the Untitled Film Project Podcast. It's draft day.
Woo! Yay!
Jeremy K. Gover and along with Justin Bradford. Justin, tell us what we're doing today.
Okay, so we've seen multiple podcasts do this, and we wanted to just take our leap into it, but we're going to do a Star Wars draft. But here's our spin. Since we're a movie-related podcast, we're going to draft Star Wars characters of who we'd want to see in a film together. Okay, this could be all over the board because you think flashbacks can happen. There's so many stories that could be told, things like that. So that is the key. Five different characters, and we're going to randomize each round. So we're not doing a snake. There's only 3 of us. We don't need to worry about snake or anything like that. Yeah. But chaos could ensue if one of us is always first or always last.
And if somebody's favorite character they were going to take is taken from them, there could be bloodshed.
Yes.
So there will be blood.
The key after this, then, we all have our viewpoints on Star Wars, but we want you to interact of who you think is going to have the strongest cast of characters or any changes you might see that what we should do in our draft. So we want your opinions. We want your thoughts on this. So make sure to give those to us. All right, here we go. We're going to randomize this. The first one for round 1 is going to be Bradford first, Jim second, Gover third. And you can look at my screen if you really want to know, if you don't trust me.
I trust you completely.
You trust me. Okay. So for my first
if he picks first every round, I might need to
we'll have somebody else bring up the screen. Okay, so my tattoo here should give you an idea of who I'm going to go with my first overall pick.
Take that off my list.
It is my favorite character. I believe the best non-Jedi, because she is no Jedi.
She left.
She did not choose to leave. She was kicked out, and they asked you to come back because Mace Windu is a dumbass. One of the worst characters in Star Wars. Samuel Jackson's awesome. Mace Windu sucks.
Okay, well that could be an entire episode, but
it could absolutely,
you are choosing.
Mace Windu is awful. He's one of the reasons why the Empire exists. Come at me, because you know it's true. And what he did Ahsoka dirty. He did Ahsoka so dirty, and then had the nerve to be sassy. Screw that guy.
It's like Ahsoka's his sister or something.
Yeah, I know.
I am Ahsoka stan. Ahsoka Tano, number 1 overall pick.
All right. So the draft begins. The first selection has been made. She is wearing a Justin Bradford jersey for all the press to see. This is Jim. I get the second pick in the Star Wars draft. And my selection, because I believe I start a Star Wars movie with swagger, I'm going Lando Calrissian at number 1 because he is going to make whoever I choose later more fun just by virtue of him being in it. Okay? He can be a little dirty. He's mostly a good guy. He's got some tricks up his sleeve. And he does have the cards. And he's just going to bring the chaos and fun.
So it could be either or. You don't even have to say old or young.
I'm just going to say, based on the future characters that I'm going to pick, will determine what kind of movie it is. So I get both.
So the studio of Jim is buying the rights to the character of Lando Calrissian.
I get the IP for Lando Calrissian.
Go buy that URL, Studio of Jim.
Not biz.
And the final selection in the first round of the Star Wars draft is Jeremy Gover's pick.
Okay, I'm going to go with Mace Windu because we know very little about his background.
I don't care.
Listen, and therefore it would fill in the gaps to what his personality is like. Because he sucks.
He's awful.
Okay.
But we can find
out why he's that way.
Okay, let's explore why a character sucks. Let's put the money into that.
Did you not think that about the original trilogy? There's a character or two that you're like, what? And then you find out.
Not as much as Mace Windu.
In the prequel, okay, fine. But I'm saying in the prequel, you're like, oh, all right. Especially with the TV shows. The TV shows has only increased.
Yeah, and if you've watched Clone Wars, you know why Mace Windu sucks. So go and make your movie, Gover.
With the third overall pick in the Star Wars draft, the Untitled Star Wars draft, Gover picks Mace Windu. and you can suck it. I'm going to show you in 4 or 5 years
For a future bomb.
how that's going to be awesome.
I'm glad
Disney loses money again.
I shut up after you ripped on Mace Windu in your first selection. That I thought, well, I guess nobody's picking Mace Windu, and there I was wrong.
From the studio of Gover, a budget of $75 million makes 3.
Sorry, man. There's a compelling story there to be told.
All right.
Okay,
well, it's
here
time
goes
for the-
round 2.
All right, round 2. Who's picking first, second, and third, Bradford?
Okay, round 2. Jim has the number 1 pick.
Okay.
Gover has the number 2, and I have the number 3.
Okay, it's fair
So
so far.
a little bit of
Okay.
a snake
It's
so
fair.
far.
Yeah.
All right. So for the first pick in the second round of the Untitled Star Wars Draft, I am going with somebody who is Force positive.
Oh, no.
Because you can't have a movie without somebody, in the Star Wars universe having the Force. I mean, you can, but
I thought Andor was pretty good.
true.
Not a movie, but still.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was not very forced.
Fair point.
I am going to go with, he's so evil.
Oh, good. Whew. Okay.
Emperor Palpatine. Emperor Palpatine joins the team.
Somehow Palpatine returned. The best line in all movies.
Maybe we can finally get that answered in Jim's
That's
solo
right.
shot.
That's right. The man the guy knows how to wear a hoodie.
And how did he knock up somebody to then get Rey Skywalker? Eventually, right? That's what I again, that would fill in that gap.
Let's just say, if anybody could have taught him the moves, Lando Calrissian, who I picked in the first round, could definitely
So
show
Lando's
him.
the problem? It's him?
Lando's a life coach.
Life coach? So here's what you're going to do. I'm Naboo.
Yeah, did you ever see the movie Hitch? Yeah. Lando comes in and helps Emperor Palpatine find love.
Kevin James is Emperor Palpatine?
I'm not seeing this movie. I just want you to know that. If Kevin James
Oh
is
my
involved-
God.
It's just a draft. It's up on the board. It's just up, pinned up on the car on the corkboard.
No trades.
Yeah,
There's no trades.
No tradesies.
Okay, so I have made my choice.
It's a choice.
With the second pick in the second round of the Untitled Star Wars Draft, I pick Chirrut Imwe.
Ooh, that's good.
Because
okay.
that guy, after Rogue One, demands an entire
Yes.
backstory.
All right,
Not only is he awesome, but who doesn't want to see more Donnie Yen?
He was on my
really.
list.
Yeah, he was on my list
That's a
as
good one.
well. That is one I'm severely disappointed that you have chosen and taken off my board.
Well, when you said he's force positive, I was like, oh, God, please no. And then you went, I was very happy that he was still available to
Yeah,
me.
a great character. Yeah,
Oh, man,
you made a good
so great,
choice.
so great.
You're going to get an A from all the bloggers that are going to be rating like how you did in this draft.
I don't know. With Mace Windu
How he
first.
did, or just how he did in the second round?
Yeah.
Second round.
keep-
Okay,
Bradford,
yeah,
what
okay.
is your second round pick, sir?
Okay, my second round pick is going to be Moff Gideon.
Damn it.
Because as a villain, I love Moff Gideon.
Yep.
He is a fantastic villain. And I want to see that explored even more.
Okay.
What is the order of the third round,
So
sir?
the third, you're rushing this, man. We got to have commercial breaks and everything
Well-
for all the analysts to go.
I'm just trying not to make the episode 30 minutes long.
From
which,
Mel Kiper
with
to-
the three of us, this could be a really long episode. I'm just
Okay.
trying to keep on the rails.
I
The
like your
third
discipline.
round is Bradford 1,
Okay.
Gover 2,
Okay.
Jim 3.
I'll take that.
So Gover getting 2 seconds is
I'm
pretty
okay with
good
that.
for you. Yeah.
I can go right down the middle. That's all right.
So my fingers are crossed so you guys don't pick mine.
I don't think I'm going to pick yours. But I think we're on different wavelengths sometimes, which
Oh,
helps
yeah.
me
right.
in my
I
strategy.
mean, we definitely are, but
All right.
share my wavelength. Okay.
no, thank you.
So this character has probably registered close to the most deaths caused in the entire Star Wars universe.
C-3PO.
This character is sinister, is a mastermind, is an absolute menace. A menace to society, a menace to the people that this character travels with, a menace to the people that it interacts with. And I love this character so much. One of my favorite characters. I've talked about potentially getting a tattoo of this character because I love this character so much. So much. This character is Chopper.
Yes.
Chopper the droid.
He's on
Chopper
my
the
list.
droid.
I'll
Yeah.
happily take him off, though.
He's an assassin. He is sassy. He has so much attitude, and I absolutely love Chopper. Adds so much as a droid, adds so much character to anything that he is in, and I'm so thankful that in Ahsoka we are getting a live-action version of Chopper.
Agreed.
Yeah. Yeah. Good choice. Good choice. I think a lot of us are going, that could have been mine. All right. Jeremy Gover.
For the second pick in the third round of the Untitled Star Wars Draft, I pick Grand Admiral Thrawn because he is setting up to be the next big bad for this chapter of the Star Wars saga, and there's a lot that his backstory is basically not explored at all that I know of. I watched Rebels and Clone Wars and all that. I've watched all the shows. I haven't read any of the books. Okay, so I'm not talking about the Timothy Zahn novels and all that.
Sure.
I haven't read that. I'm just talking about what's on screen.
Great choice.
Whatever the screen is. And there's a lot of backstory to be told. I would love to see a Grand Admiral Thrawn movie, and therefore I'm picking him with my third pick.
Great pick.
Very
That
nice.
is a great pick. That is a great pick.
Thank you. I'm 2 for 3 with Bradford here.
See? I mean, you can redeem yourself. I mean, all the experts are going to be looking at, like, when we look at Jeremy Gover's number one pick, what was he thinking? But he redeemed himself in the second and third
he
round.
really reached for that one.
Now, if he could just make a trade to get really high up there in the next one.
Little did he know no trades would be allowed in this draft.
No crazies.
All right. In the third round of the Untitled Star Wars Draft, Jim Chandler chooses Jen Erso from Rogue One.
Another one off my list.
She's badass. She's fantastic. I think she's a great foil to Palpatine and Calrissian, who are already on my team. I just think she's fantastic. She only got one movie, maybe the best movie in some people's eyes.
Fantastic movie.
It's
Yeah.
really good.
Top three. Definitely top three.
Yeah, she's great. I think she's needed in this movie. She rounds out. We're looking for different players, and I think she's definitely a good one. So
I'd love to, sorry to cut you off there.
Yeah.
I'd love to see where she was between leaving Saw Gerrera and where we pick her up at Rogue One.
yeah,
So therefore, I'm in already.
yeah,
I'm in as well.
Okay, so we move to the next round.
Round 4.
Of 5. We're doing
Of 5.
Yep.
Round 4. Bradford 1. Jim 2. Gover 3.
This is a repeat of round 1.
It's a repeat of round 1. So it's getting a little nitty gritty now because I'm wondering, should I hold on to a potential character for round 5 or take that character now, right?
Okay, so here's the strategy, you guys. This is exactly what Bradford's talking about. Because it's not a snake draft,
You don't know?
or it's a regular draft where it's 1 through 3, then 1 through 3, whatever. You have no idea if what spot you're going to pick, and therefore you don't know.
Might be waiting 4 spots.
Yeah, or 5 actually. Right? Is my math right? 5? Because if you
4.
pick first,
Then 1, 2, then 1, 2.
Yeah, we're talking about the same thing. So yeah, so
The math is mathing.
yes, it is.
It'd be math.
Not my strong suit. My son was here. So if you pick first in this round, you could end up picking last in the last round with the Mr. Irrelevant pick, and you may not get your person. So that is
Right.
a very, very true debate.
Right. Okay, so for me, I'm trying to think in terms of making a movie, and we have a droid sidekick on my team. We have someone that is obviously force positive, that can wield the force very well, is a very strong character, but we need somebody that can fly, but is a great sidekick, adds a little bit of comic relief, but still is an important part and a lovable part of the movie. I'm going to go with Chewbacca.
Okay.
Okay. Did you say he could fly?
Well, he needs a pilot.
He's a pilot.
Oh, he's a pilot.
Yeah.
I thought he physically could fly. I'm like, where did I miss?
I mean, when
that's
if he jumps out of a tree,
yeah, is he
lose so much.
Is he like a sugar glider?
I need a little bit more rumble in there.
Sorry.
That's maybe
Add that in.
I was
in
unprepared.
post.
got like
Put in post.
webs that come out from underneath his arms.
Open your
and-
mouth and just add the Chewbacca roar in there.
I can do it.
See, that was more.
Oh,
That was
good.
No,
That was
I
better.
wasn't.
No, I like that was good. You leave on that note. You definitely leave on that note.
Okay. Note to self.
That
at
was
the
good.
end. Okay.
Okay.
Jim, you're next up in the 4th round.
All right. So I don't have a droid yet,
Do you need one though?
but I
Star
feel,
Wars.
I feel I need one.
But a standalone droid movie. That is the.
It's just a standalone.
No.
Somehow Palpatine returned, remember?
Yeah, there's
Okay.
we got Palpatine, we've got Jen Erso, we've got Lando Calrissian. I am also going for a little comedy and
I know who you're picking.
a little kick-ass. And the kick-ass is the first letter of K2SO.
Great pick.
My choice in this round of the draft. He's funny,
pick.
and he is capable, and he knows the Empire inside and out because he used to be a part of it. So, I mean, there's so many possibilities there.
I like it a lot.
Crap.
Was that your next?
Did I
Was
skip
that gonna be
your-
next?
your-
Okay.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
right. I got plenty to shit. We're down in the draft enough to where I can kind of pivot and I'm okay.
Right.
It
Okay.
was the Ahsoka pick that was really that one hurt.
Was that going to be your first overall?
Oh
as well?
yeah, no, without question.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so with the third, with
Fourth.
the third pick in the fourth round
Oh yes.
of the Untitled Star Wars draft, I'm picking The Client. Because who doesn't want to hear Werner Herzog talk for an hour and a half?
I love him.
And I think the backstory, how is he still representing the Empire? What kind of covert stuff does he have to do to keep everything under wraps? I'm going with The Client in my fourth round pick.
That is a deep.
It's a deep cut. It's a deep cut. And I
Yeah.
thought about leaving him for the last one, which I probably could have got away with.
You
But I
100% could have gotten away.
But
with
I have something planned for the fifth round, so I'm holding off on him. So I'm gonna miss
Gover's
out.
going to have a very interesting movie.
Yeah, there's quite a collection there.
Standalone film. I took it from the lens of standalone films. I want to hear
yeah.
the client's backstory.
Okay.
Let's play it out. I want to see Grand Admiral Thrawn's backstory. Let's play
Oh,
it out.
you're going 5 separate movies?
Yes. I want to hear Chirrut Imwe's backstory. Let's play it out. And I want to hear Mace Windu's backstory.
I
Let's
thought
play
we
it out.
could just do one, or maybe you.
No, you can, but I'm saying that's how I tackled it.
Yeah, maybe you do.
These are all standalone films.
Tarantino type thing where they all the backstories are formed and eventually they're gonna cross. You know, that could be very
Maybe in the
interesting.
final film that can happen.
Yeah, I
Lots
like
of
that.
feet.
Yeah,
But that's the scope of mine is what standalone films would I like to do? These are the characters.
I mean, and Samuel Jackson has to be in it. It's Quentin Tarantino.
yeah, exactly.
And throw Margot Robbie in there, might as well, and some Leo.
Uma Thurman.
Uma Thurman, put them all in. Okay,
What is
ready for the final
draft
round.
order of the final round, Bradford?
The draft order for the final round is Gover 1,
Oh, the one round I didn't want to do that. Go ahead.
Jim 2, Bradford 3.
Okay.
I think I'm safe because I have a nice little order of who I'd want. I don't think either of you would.
I think we're at the point where we've probably taken each other's favorite ones. So
Right.
maybe I'm wrong. We'll see. But yeah, so kick us off.
Okay, I could go serious, or I could go just fun. I'm gonna go serious. I think I take this seriously. I'm gonna take it seriously. I thought Princess Leia's backstory, her little snippet of backstory in the Kenobi series, whetted my appetite enough to see how she became this great independent woman and leader.
Yeah.
So I'm taking Princess Leia with my last pick in the fifth round.
Well, that's a strong choice.
That is a strong choice.
I mean,
yes.
She's right up there. Debatably, in many lists, she is the #1 Star Wars character.
Yes.
So, I mean, that's there's
I-
never a bad choice with her.
In fairness, I didn't want to go cliche, right? Like I didn't want to, Princess Leia, because it's an original character.
Sure.
But I'm telling you that she was so undersold in the Kenobi series,
Sure.
in the best way possible. I mean,
Right.
that I want to see what that growth was like. I want to see her from her character leaving Obi-Wan, and then that huge gap between there and A New Hope. I want to see that story. So
Yeah.
therefore, I pick Princess Leia.
All right.
Okay.
With the second pick in the final round of this draft for the Untitled Star Wars movie that I will be putting together, I choose Fish Heads, Admiral Akbar.
He's on my list.
Admiral Akbar is so unexplored here, and I also feel like I need a battle tactician, and I think Princess Leia is that later in her life, but Admiral Akbar is, I mean, the man, he orchestrated the, raid on the original Death Star. He's got a lot of other stuff going on. And what did he go through in his military training and experience? At some point, he had to be a pilot or a foot soldier somewhere to get to the point where he's the admiral. So I think Admiral Akbar, and maybe a couple of times in the movie, he starts to say something that sounds like it's a trap, but he says something else, and then everybody laughs, and then he provides like really good military strategy for the rest of the cast.
It's just good to see the Mon Calamari being represented in your film. It is. And then even could explore looking at his son, who then becomes a Y-wing pilot in the Resistance as well.
Yeah.
After Akbar. So, I mean, there's lots of exploration there because
there could be his love story.
Where'd
where'd that son come from?
Yeah, he's a family man.
Yeah.
Just trying to protect his own. Fighting for the galaxy. Yeah.
He's out there doing stuff.
Maybe Lando helps him land a mate as well.
Is Lando your pimp in your movie?
I love how he's the matchmaker.
Like you're saying, you're getting Palpatine laid and Akbar laid. What is it? What card is he passing around?
He doesn't need to do anything. There's plenty of fish in the sea. So there you go.
Hey, baby.
And with that, we go to the final pick of the Untitled Star Wars Draft.
There's plenty of fish in the sea.
We heard it. You didn't need to repeat it. Thanks.
I'm sorry. It's fun.
He used the website.
Okay.
Justin Bradford.
Before Bradford picks, I just want to say that if he doesn't pick my last person on my list, I know we don't have a 6th round, but I'd like to make a free agent signing. Go ahead.
Throw that at us.
Okay, so since I have the final word on the draft like
Yes,
that,
you do.
There are so many different ones that I could pick from, and that includes like
Literally everybody else
that are on my list. Jackass.
You have
all the ones that have been picked. Yeah. There's Harrison Dula. There's Kanan Jarrus. There's Cad Bane. There's Ezra Bridger.
Somebody stole the thunder.
There's Sabine.
No,
There's Sabine Wren. There's Bo-Katan Kryze. I mean, there's plenty. But someone I'd like to be explored a little bit more, and her lightsabers have been on sale at Galaxy's Edge, Star Wars Galaxy Edge. This is probably a little bit more of a deeper cut for those that have watched animated series, but this character has been multiple things during her bout with Star Wars. She's been a Jedi Padawan, a slave, an assassin for the Sith, a Night Sister, a bounty hunter. There's so much that she's been involved with, and she's a very complicated character when you really look at it. So my final pick...
It's a very good pick.
Final pick is Asajj Ventress.
Yes.
Very nice.
I just like to see her in live action form.
Absolutely, and that's one of the reasons why I pick her. So I'm very, very much like my cast of characters because you're exploring something deeper in some of these characters, but also having some good comic relief and some good action as well.
All right, real quick, Bradford, go down your 5. What are they?
My 5.
What's your team?
My team for a film is Ahsoka Tano, Moff Gideon, Chopper, Chewbacca, and Asajj Ventress.
Jim, what is your team?
Okay, my team is Admiral Akbar, Jen Erso, K2SO. Who else did I pick?
Lando Calrissian.
Lando Calrissian.
Like everybody else.
Emperor Palpatine.
And Emperor Palpatine. And right now, you've scared me off from the
Jim's movies everywhere.
The Hitch movie, in which Lando gets everybody
That would sell
some
tickets.
action. Okay,
You get Donald Glover back on board.
but maybe I'm going to go like an Ocean's movie. They're all in on a caper. Okay, they've got to steal something, and they've all got their own reasons. I don't know. I just made that up. Just
Cover's movie's gonna be about keep Mace Windu's name out your mouth.
That's a perfect segue. My team, Team Gover, is Mace Windu, Chirrut Imwe, Grand Admiral Thrawn, Princess Leia, The Client, and my free agent signing is Barney the Red Imperial. I couldn't even get through it.
It's Barney who?
Barney the Red Imperial Guard. I want to see how he became the go-to guy to protect Emperor Palpatine in that throne room. And no, his name's really not Barney. I just thought it was really funny.
All right. I'm going to go super obscure. My undrafted free agent signing is going to be the guy who's checking on the prison cell when Han Solo and Chewbacca are trying to free Princess Leia. He's only heard on the intercom. Is everything all right down there? That's that guy. I want to know what's his backstory.
Then my free agent signing, since we're going this route, is going to be the clumsy stormtrooper who bumps his head into the door as he's running. Good one. Because let's look at villain arcs here, okay?
Yeah.
If Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse can take a guy that gets hit in the head with a bagel and turn him into the Spot, then a guy who bumps his head can turn into a villain too.
Sure. I would have also applauded, the stormtrooper that falls with the what's the scream that's in it?
The Wilhelm scream.
The Wilhelm scream.
Oh yeah.
Like that. Yeah. When they were trying to swing across the canyon inside the Death Star.
So what do you think? What are your... Well, let's say though, what are your... Do you take Bradford's team? Do you take my team? Do you take Jim's team? If you had to pick the 5, whose team would you rather have to make movies, S in parentheses, out of? Do you want standalone movies? Do you want a whole team? Do you want a Knives Out comedy? Whatever you want. Of the 5, who do you pick? Bradford's, Jim's, or mine? Let us know in the comments below. Let us know on social media as well.
Absolutely. This is the Untitled Film Project Podcast. Follow us everywhere. So glad we had some fun drafting Star Wars characters today.
And we're very much looking forward to the rest of the Ahsoka series as well.
Bring it.
Thank you for listening to the Untitled Film Project Podcast. To support the show, please rate, review, follow, and subscribe. Original music by Jeremy Schwartz. Special thanks to the Music City Film Critics Association. Editing and post-production by Jeremy K. Gover. Voiceover by Chad Bennett.